Berg.
Thank you, Will. Thank you. And thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here on the last day. I really appreciate that. Making your flights late, or you all live on the West Coast. One of the two, I'm not sure. We'll get that figured out there. But thanks again for coming. How many people was this your first time at Wedding MBA? Wow, that's wonderful. How many people are coming back next year? Yeah, all right, this is great. Well, for those of you who didn't see my presentation last year, I did a presentation called Bridal Black Belt. And it came out of a little anecdote where Will found out that I was a second-degree black belt, and he was sneaking up on me behind me on stage, I guess to tell me I was running long or something like that. And when I said, hey, Will, did I ever tell you I'm a second-degree black belt? He started going, ooh. So Shannon asked me to do a presentation called Bridal Black Belt. And for those of you that didn't see it, I can fill you in later. But I talked about some skills. I wanted to just run through those with you. To be successful as a martial artist, you need to be successful in skills, training, discipline, mental toughness, focus, leadership, compassion, humility, all these skills. But doesn't that list look pretty familiar to be how to successful in business? It's pretty much the same thing. And that was the point of Bridal Black Belt, was to bring that around full circle. See, the thing is, it's an attitude more than a skill to be fearless. What I'm going to speak about today is more of that attitude. You need to be humble as well as have discipline to be able to accept criticism. You need to be compassionate to work with your customers and with your staff. But fearless is more of an attitude. It's not a skill. Mental toughness means sometimes doing things that you know you have to do, even when you don't want to do them. Even when you know the outcome is not the most positive for you, but it is the most positive for the other person. Sometimes you have to do that. That takes mental toughness, knowing that you're not the one to benefit. I'm sure you've found that in life and in work, if you give without asking anything in return, you're going to get so much more back. It's when you have an expectation for something in return that you're not really giving willfully. So, what does it mean to be fearless? What does that really mean? What am I talking about here? Let me give you some examples. In the Olympics recently, Usain Bolt, fastest man in the world, once again won the Olympics, the 100-meter dash, 9.63 seconds, a world record. People probably figured he was going to win. That doesn't mean he didn't train. But in that same games, in that same 100-meter dash, there's a kid named Timmy Garstang. Timmy was from the Marshall Islands. The Olympic Committee allows each country to send 2 people, even if you don't qualify by the time. Timmy was that person from the Marshall Islands. Usain won in 9.63 seconds. Timmy had never run faster than 12.5. So he wasn't automatically in the final race, but he was in a preliminary. There were more people in the stands than live in the Marshall Islands. He had an audience that was bigger than if everybody in his country came to watch him, it wouldn't have been as many people as there right now. Now, when Timmy got on the plane to go there, do you think Timmy thought he was going to win? Maybe. Maybe Timmy thought, if I ran as hard as I could, I can compete with them. Or maybe Timmy just said, you know what? I'm in the game, the Olympic Games. And maybe if I can't beat Usain Bolt, maybe I can run the fastest I've ever run. And that's what he was going to do in front of more people than are in his country. That's fearless. In that same race, in that same preliminary, there was a man named Oscar Pistorius of South Africa. Oscar runs on 2 prosthetic legs. They allowed him to run, not in the Paralympics, the regular Olympics. Oscar was in the preliminaries as well. His mother, who died when he was 15, told him, a loser isn't the person that gets involved and comes in last, but it's the person that doesn't get involved in the first place. It's a mentality we've always had. When you start something, you do it properly. The passion you start something with, you finish it off with. Again, did Oscar think he was going to win? He was going to try. Whether he won or not, he was going to be in it, he was going to try, next to all those racers that he knew could run faster than him. Thomas Edison once said, "I failed my way to success." When he was trying to invent the light bulb, he tried 10,000 times and didn't work. And somebody said to him, "Well, you failed." He said, "I have not failed. I've succeeded in finding 10,000 ways you can't make a light bulb." It's a mentality. Fearless, he's going to do it again. So are you afraid to fail? Or are you afraid to succeed?